Alright, so today's video is going to be about how to properly wash a car. The two most important things on washing a car would be to rinse the grit off the car first, wash one panel at a time, and rinse often to make sure that water does not dry on it, and make sure you chamois it down. It's a common question that I get here, from customers that pay me a lot of money to get out swirl marks or spider webbing. Spider webbing is caused mainly from improper washing. If you pick up and you drag across any contaminants on paint, it'll scratch the paint up. So I think it's important to, if you're buying a new car or if you've gotten your car freshly paint corrected, that the most important thing is how to wash a car correctly. The first step to washing a car is rinsing it down with some type of pressure water, whether it's a pressure washer or even like a garden hose attachment with the jet setting is enough with the water pressure on as high as it can get, and you get really close to the paint. I'd say 2 to 3 inches away from the paint, and you literally go around the entire car, the top, the glass, the hood. The areas of most concern are the rocker panels, the trunk, the back bumper, behind the front wheel, behind the rear wheel. Those areas are the most common for picking up, road grime or debris that if it's not properly rinsed down, if you take a sponge or a microfiber or whatever you're washing your car with, you're just dragging those particles across the paint. I always recommend a synthetic sponge in the shape of a peanut. All this supplies are at Walmart or AutoZone. It's a light in color. That way you can inspect it in between panels and make sure that you haven't picked something up. If you just barely get your car wet and you've got road grime and debris all over those areas we just talked about, and you go to sponging on it, then you're gonna scratch the car. That's the most common mistake that people make, is not rinsing the car down properly. After you get the car wet, and especially in the summer months, or if you live in an area that's real hot, water drying up on your car is not good. A lot of times it'll leave little water marks, because treated water that comes through any tap, whether it's through your business or your home, it's been through a plant and it's been going through pipes, and it has minerals and other things that are in the water. And when the water evaporates on the surface, especially in the heat, whatever the water is carrying will be deposited on your car, and those things will really grip into your clear coat, and it'll leave little water marks. You want to avoid that. So after you get done rinsing the car, all the grit is going to be washed off the car. The film that's left is not going to scratch the car. I always recommend washing top down. Start on the top, wash half the top, rinse the top. Go to the other side of the car, wash the top, rinse the top. And then I go to the windows, I wash all the windows on half the car, I rinse that part. Then I re-rinse the top. Then I go to the other side and wash the glass and rinse the glass and rinse the top. So as you're going around the car washing top down, I'm constantly going back to the panels that I started with and continuing to keep those panels wet with water to prevent water spots from forming. So scratches and water spots are the two most common things that happen to cars from people that don't wash them correctly, or they wash it in the middle of the sun on a hot day. It's best to do it early in the morning or late in the evening, before or after the sun has gone down. I wash one panel at a time. So I do the fender and I just go top down. I don't go in circular motion, because if you go down low and you grab something that might impact or cause scratching, you come up with it. I see that people will go up from the rocker panel up to the middle of the door. You really want to start at the glass, and I go side to side and finish down at the very end, and I rinse the sponge after the fender. I do the door, go down, and then I rinse the sponge, inspect it, and do the back door. After the car is completely washed, I don't waste any time at all. Drying it is crucial, and we recommend the Absorber brand Shammy. I have the best success with getting the most water off the quickest with the Absorber brand, and I dry it off the same as I wash the car, the top, the glass, the hood, the trunk, the sides. I do that as quick as I possibly can to avoid water from drying on the car. Rinse the grit off the car first. Wash one panel at a time. Rinse often, and make sure you chamois it down.